Hi, welcome to Young Church with Community Church Warrenden. I'm so grateful that you've decided to join us again this week. We are working on learning about the book of Proverbs. Last week, we talked about King Solomon and how God said to him, "You can ask for anything you want and I will give it to you." And Solomon didn't ask for a long life. He didn't ask for great riches and wealth and lots of things. He didn't ask for victory over his enemies. He asked God for a wise heart, and God gave it to him. And King Solomon wrote the book of Proverbs. So the verse that we're going to be learning for this whole month and the next month, so January and February, is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. So that's the verse we're going to be working on learning this week, this month, these next 2 months. And if you can say it, get your mom or dad or grandparent or somebody to send me a video of you saying it, and I will pop a prize to you in the mail. So we will look forward to those videos coming in. But King Solomon is the one that wrote the book of Proverbs, where our verse comes from. And then we're going to be talking about some other things that he wrote in the book of Proverbs that really help us know how to live and know how to act and how to treat the people around us. Today, we are going to be talking about our mouths. These things can be really handy. We use them to eat, but we also use them to talk. And we all have a lot of choices about the things that we say with our mouth. And in the book of Proverbs, there's actually a lot of verses about how we talk and what we say and what we do with our mouths. And so we're going to be talking about that today. And I hope that you're able to really think about the things that you say. And again, as we said last week, we are spending a lot of time right now with all of the same people and often not able to go many places. And so sometimes our mouths can get us into trouble with the people that we love the best. And so that's what we want to be thinking about today. The first proverb that we're going to look at is Proverbs 18:21. And this proverb says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." So the tongue is really just talking about your mouth, okay? You've got a tongue inside your mouth, and that's really what helps you to speak. And so it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. What does that mean? I can't kill anything with my tongue, and I certainly can't make something come alive with my tongue. But you know what? It's kind of giving us a picture in our minds, because we have the power to really hurt somebody or really tear someone down with our tongue. When we say somebody's a loser, or we say that we hate someone, or something like that, we are kind of killing them on the inside. And it really, really hurts. So what this proverb is telling us is we have the choice of bringing death to a situation, death to a relationship. Sometimes we can kill a relationship. We can make things be really difficult between the people that we care about. Or we can bring life. We can make things so much better. If we say to someone, even when we're maybe upset with them, if we say, "I'm sorry," or "I forgive you," or "That's okay, I know you're having a bad day," that makes everything better. So that is a proverb that in wisdom Solomon wrote for us to think about what we say and how we say it. So let me just read it one more time. It is Proverbs 18:21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. All right, the next one is Proverbs 15:1. And this one says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." I'll read that one more time. Proverbs 15:1. "A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger." Now, a soft answer would not be loud, would it? We know that soft means quiet. And um, uh, and so when we say something softly and we don't, even if somebody says something angry to us, if we say something soft and quiet back, that it says it turns away wrath. Wrath is another word for anger. And so we can just kind of calm everything down when we talk quietly and are not angry back and not all worked up. But it says a harsh word stirs up anger. When we say something nasty back, then they say something nasty back again, and it goes back and forth, and it just gets bigger and nastier and ugly. I'm sure you've seen that happen if you've ever been in an argument with someone and you yell and they yell and it goes back and forth and back and forth. That is just not a good thing. And so we need to remember that maybe when we're having an argument with a brother or sister and they say something loud back to us, loud to us, if we say something quiet back, it might change everything. So that's something for us to think about. That is a wise proverb for us to remember. I'll read it one more time. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The next proverb we have is Proverbs 13:3. He who guards his mouth preserves his life. Is that talking about masks? Are we supposed to just always cover our mouth? Is that what it's talking about? No, it's not talking about wearing a mask. Hopefully we won't have to do that forever. What this proverb is telling us is if we watch what we say, if we're careful about the words that we let come out of our mouth, we are going to be making life better for ourselves. We're going to be preserving. Preserving means to keep something good is what that means. So we're going to be keeping our life good if we can put control over our mouth. And the picture that we looked at with this verse shows a toothpaste tube. And when you squeeze toothpaste out of a tube, is there any way to get it back in? No, there's not. You cannot get it back in for anything. And that is how it is. When we say something, it's out there and we can't bring it back. We can't undo it. We can't say, I want a do-over. It's out there. And so that's what we need to remember with our words. When we are complaining and griping and being really negative, we're just bringing everything down, aren't we? When we are whining and upset and complaining, it just makes everything worse. When you're sitting at the dinner table and you go, I don't like sprouts. I don't want these. Does that make everybody feel happy and good? No, it makes it nasty. And so when we let kind of ugly words come out of our mouth, we make the situation ugly. And we can't do anything about it once they're out. So we need to think about what we say. We need to guard our mouths. The other thing that we need to be careful about is gossiping. Gossiping is saying something nasty about someone else. And sometimes we actually almost feel like we like to do this. Sometimes we might come home from school and tell our mom or our dad about everything that someone else did that was wrong. And that's just really pulling somebody else down. We don't need to do that. That's called gossip. It's talking bad about someone else. And that isn't something that we need to use our mouths to do, because again, we can't get it back. We've made somebody else think badly about our friend, and that is not a good thing to do. So let me read this proverb one more time. Proverbs 13:3. He who guards his mouth preserves his life. And that's something we all want to do. Another one that we have here is Proverbs 31:8. It says, open your mouth for the speechless. Sometimes there's times when maybe someone else is bullying or being unkind to another person, and you might see it happening and just kind of ignore it or not say anything. But what we need to do is say, hey, don't do that. Don't be mean. Don't say something unkind to my friend. We need to stand up for people. We need to use our mouths for good and to show other people that we care about them by standing up for them. So that one again is Proverbs 31:8. Open your mouth for the speechless. So as you can see, Solomon had a lot of wisdom about the mouth. And so this week, I want you to be thinking about how you can set a guard over your mouth, how you can say things that bring life to a situation, and how you can use your tongue to do the right thing. I hope that you all have an amazing week, and I will see you back next week. Bye.